I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Welcome to the channel, everybody. Phil Beckwith, professional painter and decorator. And if you don't know me by now, I'd hope to think that everybody on YouTube that's into painting and decorating or DIY has come across me over the last 4 odd years. Clearly over 18,000 subscribers. If you look down at the subscriber count, please give a comment below what subscriber numbers we are looking at as you're watching this video, because videos on YouTube are here for a long time. So if you're watching this live as is in, it's just gone out. What are we? 18.5-ish thousand, pushing nearly 19,000. But if you're watching, I don't know, 12 months down the line, we might be at 20-something thousand subscribers, which would be fantastic. But today, I'm going to keep it short and sweet. I'm not going to make this into a long video. I don't need to. We have Doris the door there, and you can clearly see we've got different finishes there. Now, I'm going to go over my left shoulder, which is in the corner. I did a video on Mylands. We'll talk about the gloss. I did a video on Mylands water-based, plant-based gloss, bathroom and kitchen, whatever you want to call it, varnish. And I did a video showing you that you can get a fantastic gloss finish, and you can see that there. A fantastic gloss going over their normal black gloss. Down there, I've got it on the rack. So what I did a video, which please look back in the playlist, on particularly the Mylands paints. I did black gloss Mylands plant-based paint there, and then to enhance it, I went round it, taping off that to give, well, I would say give the effect. It's not an effect. To give you the idea of the difference between having the ordinary gloss out the tin and then giving it 2 coats of gloss varnish. Now, I did say I'd come back. Now, that video probably was, to me, weeks and weeks ago when I made that, and it's probably been out a few weeks as well. But I did say I would come back and show you from a gloss finish to a satin finish, and I think you can clearly see, I'm looking at the screen, I'm looking at the lens here, I can see on my camera there is a big difference between that satin finish and the gloss finish there. And do you know what? It looks fantastic. I'm going to look at the camera screen there, I'm looking back at the door, and I'm going to go, oh, that is lovely. Now, if you don't know about Mylands, oh, something in my mouth. If you don't know about Mylands paints, Mylands paints have been around since 1884. Now, it was started by John Myland, and it was paints and varnishes. He progressed over the years into branching into the film and theatre industry. So for the last 100 odd years, they've been very much a go-to. I hate the word go-to. Do you know what? I hate that word. They've been very much a go-to paint for the theatre and film industry, and they've done films that you might know, I don't know, Game of Thrones, Harry Potter, all the more recent James Bonds and stuff like that. I believe even Pirates of the Caribbean I've probably mentioned before. So they are a paint that's known to the people that know about Mylands. Now, jump from 1884 up to 1985, and they've held the royal warrant as a paint manufacturer for kings and queens since 1985, which is really 40 years. So they are a brand that is known But to the likes of me and you, that's just an ordinary layman painter and decorator, you might not have come across them. If you're looking to purchase, you can buy online, clearly from Mylands, but you can actually buy Mylands paints through Crown Decorator Centre, and that is where I first purchased my. I'm just looking down on my rack down in the corner there. I purchased my first plant-based eggshell water-based paint from Crown of West Bridgford in Nottingham. Now, since that video, I've had Ronnie reach out to me and said, Phil, we've seen what you've done. Let me send you some samples. So I'm going to say straight away, we've got no paid promotion in the corner because it's not a paid promotional video. I'm not being sponsored. I'm not endorsing anything. I am just going to say to you that I have been reached out to, which I do like being reached out to, and particularly when paint reps, paint manufacturers do contact me and say, look, we'll send you some samples so you can try, because we know what your channel's about. You're going to give an unbiased opinion on a paint. I'm not going to be saying it's going to be fantastic if I don't like it. It might have a few little elements that I would say as a professional painter and decorator, it needs tweaking. That's why I do an unbiased review of any paints that I have. Some I like, some I don't, and I will be honest. But Mylands, so far with the testing that I've done, I've been very impressed with it. They are a proper British manufacturer, still being made down in South London. They produce paints that are, I would say, some people will say, a little bit more expensive than the run-of-the-mill paints that you can get off the shelf in the usual places you buy your paints. But let me tell you, if you've got a paint that's got fantastic opacity, you've got good coverage, and the paint is a quality paint, and you say, actually, I'm needing less coats, or it's a lot nicer to apply, do you know that little bit of an extra cost that you might be paying out for a Mylands paint, or any other paint that seems a little bit more expensive? If it's ticking the boxes, does it matter if there's a 10, 20, 30 pounds a tin price tag more than a run-of-the-mill paint? I don't know. But just going back to Mylands, right, I'm going to pick up the tin that's down here. We did the gloss. I did speak about the gloss. One of the nice things with Mylands paints is their glosses and varnishes, their paints and varnishes, their varnish is in effect their paint with no colour pigmentation in it. So what you get with these plant-based paints, and the plant-based being more a traditional way of manufacturing paint, the varnish, whether it be a satin, whether it be a gloss, is in effect a gloss paint, a satin paint without any colourants in it, and you get the bare raw finish. So this is very much the same as what your paint being made up is being made up with, all the bits and pieces goes into it. I hope that makes sense. The varnish is all your colourants taken out, and that's what you're left with. That's probably the easiest way of putting it. So when we came to the varnish of the gloss, it was the same in effect as the black gloss there, but with no black in it. Hence why you've got virtually, I'll say in inverted commas, a pure gloss finish. And now this has been done weeks, and you know what? That is still a very, very good gloss finish. It hasn't dulled off. It is still very shiny. Whereas I do look at the black gloss paint, that is not as shiny as what the actual varnish is. Now, dropping down to your actual satin and lower sheen level paints are less critical for showing imperfections. So this now being the satin finish, that has had 2 coats. Drying time's an hour, recoat time, I would say, give it 2 to 3 hours. Use your common sense on that. I did one first thing this morning, came back around about lunchtime, gave it another coat, and now we're mid-afternoon, so it is nice and dry. That satin finish is, I can't fault it. I can see little bits of brush marks in it because Doris is quite old now. There's a lot of paint gone on Doris the door. You are probably seeing a lot of the older paints that have been built up over Doris, creating that little bit of a ropiness. The actual satin of the varnish is, I'm going to say, flat as a pancake. It's not a flat varnish, it's satin finish, so there is an element of a sheen level to it. I would probably say, and correct me if I'm wrong, sheen level 40%. Your gloss levels up there, I'd say 85, 90, but the actual sheen level of that satin, I'd say roughly about 40%. Now you're going to say to me, Phil, it's all time, it all builds up and you've got to charge the customer all this. Do you know what? You know, if you're quoting a job, a private decorator, if you're quoting a job, not estimating it, and you allow for this, and you say to the customer, look, I'm going to be giving it 4 coats because I'm going to get a fantastic finish. You're going to say, what do you mean 4 coats? You're going to say, a primer undercoat, that's 1. You might do 2 top coats, and you might give it a coat of gloss varnish over the top or eggshell satin varnish over it. It might be 5 if you give it 2 coats of that varnish. But do you know what? How quick you can get it on, the drying times and turnaround. You can lose it in with the actual price and forget that, oh yeah, the customer won't pay for it. The customer will pay for it because they know they're going to get a quality finish on the actual job. So you're going to be saying to me, Phil, where are you going to be using this sort of system for varnishing? Well, just read the back of the can. I'll just quickly read the back of the can. Quick drying kitchen and bathroom varnish is a good quality, clear, water-based alkyd varnish for interior use on wood and wood-based substrates. Now, just because it says bathroom, where does it say it there? Kitchens and bathrooms doesn't mean you can't use it anywhere else. You can actually use it, I believe, outside as well. So it is an interior exterior. Let me just make sure it does. Correct me if I'm wrong. This is interior exterior. Let me just quickly go on. Formulated to resist moisture, staining and general wear and tear. Quick drying kitchen and bathroom varnish is ideal for those rooms where steam and moisture prevail. So you can actually use it in your bathroom and your kitchens. And I'm going to say to you, how can I put this? This is a paint system that if you've painted a kitchen with the Mylands eggshell or satin and you want to give a harder wearing, knock resistant finish to that kitchen, this is what you'd be putting over it. Whether it be the gloss or whether you'd be putting that satin, which is a lovely finish, you would be using it because there is the elements of stopping the saponification, you know, where your grease of your fingers touches water-based and it softens up and goes cheesy. This shouldn't be doing it. This has got the stuff in it that makes it hard wearing, a touchable. It's a very tactile surface to actually be touching. It gives you a finish that gives that kitchen, particularly if you're using it on kitchen cabinets, a hard wearing finish. And I'll have to say, this was brushed with, I've used the Maverick brush with the very soft bristles. If you were using it with a brush and a microfiber roller on kitchen units, you would have a near spray finish. If you do want to spray it, you can spray it as well. Just be careful if you're not experienced with spraying, just have a bit of a practice first. But do you know what? And this is going to be a short video. We're not going into half an hour. That is a fantastic finish, irrespective of whether you're putting it on kitchen units or not. You could use this on, when we spoke about previously, you know, when people are going for outdoors and they're on about oiling them, wax oiling. I don't recommend that to customers. I always say to them, give your doors a water-based, hard-wearing finish using something like this. Your first coat, just thin it down slightly to soak into that wood. That pops the green. That pops the grain, allowing you to get a little fine pad, sand them down. Obviously sand with the grain, don't go across the grain. Once you've nibbed it down and sanded it lightly, you can dust it off, get a tack rag on it and give it another couple of good coats of the varnish, and you don't need to do anything in the future. If you are using the oil, wax oils, just be mindful that your finger grease on areas that you are touching the most, round door handles and everything, can transfer into that wax oil and leave darker areas that you can actually see where people have touched it. If you go with my process of actually using a water-based varnish on outdoors, you don't get that. It's just a case of dust off and you can just wipe them down with a damp cloth if there are any finger marks on it. You know, kids, dogs, shaking, that's it. But That said, I think we can all agree what a lovely satin finish that is. I'm going to say thanks for listening to me. This has been a quicker video, just trying to explain a process that you can actually do on doors like this. And I know people are going to be saying, Phil, but how about pricing it and everything like that? Get away from this, we'll talk about pricing now. Get away from this day rating and estimating. Give a price for a job. Gear up that if you know you are doing this paint system that's going to be a cracking paint system, allow for it in your quote. Don't be giving the customer the options of like knocking a coat of paint off. If water-based paint needs a primer stroke undercoat, 1 coat, and 2 top coats, you'll be giving it 3 coats. If you are a bare surface, you'll be priming it, then you'll be undercoating it with that primer undercoat, then you'll be doing 2 top coats. That gets you to that stage there, right? That gets you there. If you're then wanting to go to the next level of giving pop to your glosses and want to give 2 more coats, allow for 2 more coats in your quote. Likewise, if you want a harder finish of the satin finish, you'd be putting 2 coats of this on. And you say, why do I need 2 coats? Do you know what? Because you might miss a little bit with the first coat. Always good to give 2 top coats of anything. So yes, that could be a 4 and a 5 coat system. But do you know what? If you price for it in your actual quote and your price is accepted, that's great. If you're looking at moving on from the lower end of the market and you're wanting to go top end of your painting and decorating clientele, this is what you want to be pushing. And those right customers for you will accept the finishes that you can produce, knowing that you've got to put a little bit more time and effort into getting it. And I don't want to hear and I don't want to see comments below from Tom, Jack, John, Dave, Doug, I'm going to say Julie as well, she might comment about undercoating and then a gloss top coat. Do you know what? I'm in 2025 and I'm moving with the times. Stuff like this isn't like the water-based paints of 20 and 30 years ago. We've moved on. And I'm going to say to you, please watch these videos at the end that I'm pointing to. Those that give me super thanks, those that give me, buy me a coffee, very much appreciated. And please, anybody else, give me a like, do a subscribe, and those videos there, give a click and help the channel grow even more. Love you all. Give you a kiss. I'm off.